Hey everybody, I'm Delicia and thanks for tuning into the Cigar Vixen channel. Today I'm very excited to be doing a much anticipated pairing. I've been promising to do more pairings, so I figured there's no time like the present. So today I'm going to be doing a tequila and a very special cigar, actually my #1 cigar for the year. And I know those of you who are either scrolling through and you're probably like, oh, I don't do tequila. I see that so often. And, you know, actually I shouldn't say that. More and more people are starting to drink tequilas, maybe even more so with their cigars, because it's a really nice pairing. It's a different type of pairing. It's not necessarily your traditional scotch and whatnot, but tequila is fantastic, especially when it's done right and when it's aged properly. I always am on the search for different types of tequilas and different brands, and I like to try a lot of different types. So I actually found CaliFino at a cigar event and it was great. I mean, I had it with, I believe at that time I tried all their whole line and I really enjoyed the extra anejo. They have a fabulous reposado as well, in case you're like more of the reposado person or you like to do a kind of like the mixed drinks. I'm more of a person who likes to sip my spirits neat, especially when I'm pairing it with a cigar. And so, yeah, I went ahead and poured it already in anticipation of the video. And of course, for the sake of, you know, really getting the ample notes and to be able to describe it a little bit better, I'm using this Glencairn, you know, tasting glass. I do recommend, if you don't have one and you're somebody who is kind of playing around with different spirits and you want to really get the most out of the different aromas and the overall flavor profile of these different spirits. If you don't have a Glencairn glass, it's one of those things that most people probably have them, but they should be up in your bar somewhere. They're really nice. It's a perfect tulip shape. It's just a great way to really get the nose and get those aromas and get the nice tasting points. It allows for it to be open, but then again, concentrated with the shape of the glass so that you can really nose your spirits. So this one, again, I mentioned briefly, it's the CaliFino Extra Añejo Tequila. It's 100% blue agave. It's 80 proof. The specifications on this one is that it's aged a minimum of 7 years in American white oak barrel with a French oak barrel finish. It's lightly toasted in the barrel. The agave heads, which of course are known as a piña, they're slowly cooked in a stone oven. It goes through a double distillation process. And of course, only the heart of the piña is used. And what I like about their presentation is, one, I like when bottles are numbered, so that's one of the things that I enjoyed about that. But especially, again, the presentation overall is that you can order it and you can get it personalized if it's a gift for somebody or just to add to your home, you know, bar collection. It's just a nice added feature, which of course for me, I really appreciated the gift and having the Cigar Vixen etched on the glass in front of the box that it comes in. So again, just an extra little special presentation. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and first of all, let's look at the color. Oh, and I forgot, I mentioned that it's my #1 cigar of the year, but just in case you missed that video, I will be pairing it today with the Joya de Nicaragua Cinco Décadas. And this is just a great cigar. So we'll get into that momentarily. I'm going to actually do the spirit first, which if you watch my pairings, I normally kind of get the cigar going prior, but this time I'm going to do it opposite just for the sake of showing you. So first I want to notate the color. I brought this little paper so you can kind of see the really rich, deep, kind of a dark amber color, really pretty. That's the first thing that you will notice. Again, hopefully you can see that. But just a nice, rich amber color. And then it does have some legs to it. However, yeah, I mean, it does have a nice kind of a richer, thicker coating, which is nice again as well. So let's go ahead and nose it. Oh, that's nice. Oh, you get the deep oak, obviously, right away. A hint of sweetness, kind of a burnt caramel sweetness to it. You can pick up some vanilla nuances. Huh. You actually get a little bit of raisin. So really nice again on the nose and the color. Just a beautiful presentation of this extra anejo. Can't go wrong there. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little swig. Whew. That's nice. That's really nice. Wow. Sweet but spicy. So you get, I don't know, you get like a spicy pepper, kind of like like a spicier pepper. You pick up a sweetness to it again, kind of picking up still a little bit of the vanilla. Definitely getting a kind of a fruit flavor. I'm picking up more of like a raisin type of a fruit. Let's do another swig here. I mean, you can certainly taste the cooked agave. Smoke, a little bit of an oak. You can get some clove and a bit of dark chocolate. So just really nice. I mean, again, for anyone who has had either, the bad experiences with tequila, or maybe you don't necessarily sip your tequila, or you use it as a mixer, or you shoot it quickly, try doing it where you're just sipping it like you would a cognac or a rum or a bourbon, and just sip on it. It's really, really nice, especially again as you get into the more aged tequilas. I tend to lean towards those more often than not. Just a really nice, and again, in this case, the extra añejo, I have had their añejo, which is good. The extra añejo just has a little bit more sweetness to it. You can certainly, I think the sweetness is coming off of that French oak barrel finish that they're doing. That would be my guess, just because it has just that subtle kind of refined sweetness, and it's really, really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and light up the cigar now with it. But yeah, just a fantastic flavor profile, great nose to it. The finish itself, it's not incredibly long, but it's nice. It's probably like a, I don't know, medium finish or so on the tequila. So really, really good there. Hi, Nika. Nika's poking around. She likes to get in my videos, as you guys know. So recap real quick on the Cinco Décadas. This is Joya de Nicaragua's 50th anniversary celebration cigar. This particular one is the Fundador. It's commemorating two very special founders of the company, Juan Francisco Bermejo and Simón Camacho. And yeah, you are interrupting me. So the Fundador is a soft box press. It's a 6x54 Toro. Its price range is right around 20 bucks, and it's worth every penny. It's a fantastic stick. It's coming out of the oldest cigar factory in Nicaragua, and they have just a beautiful reputation for making very consistent, very, very special cigars. I mean, they really do. They have a great lineup, and I'm excited to share this one with you. Of course, I did mention that it made my #1 cigar for the year, and it's, again, just a fantastic stick. So I'm excited to do this pairing, and yeah, let's just go ahead and light it up. If you want more specific information about this cigar, you can definitely visit Joya's website. They do an incredible job of really showcasing their cigars and giving like the backstory with their company. They have a really incredible and impressive history, and I encourage you guys to visit them there. Now, of course, the tobacco being used in this cigar is their kind of like their pristine collection. It's a very aged tobacco that they've selected for this particular blend. And again, just a nice way to commemorate the 50 years as a company. So right away you pick up the nice oakiness to it. There's a kind of a sweet and spiciness that hits you almost immediately. Black pepper, but it's a very subtle, kind of almost a muted black pepper in a sense. It's not very sharp. It's not a bite of black pepper. It's just kind of that flavoring of the black pepper. So really nice. I pick up like a vintage leather with the cigar. Again, I mentioned the oakiness. You have little bits of a creamy chocolate in there. So not necessarily that dark chocolate initially. But just very rich flavors. There's almost a oily feel to the coating that it leaves on your palate, so it gives you a longer finish. And you can kind of, all those flavors that I mentioned, you can kind of pick them up subtly. They kind of roll throughout the palate. But I'd like to try them together now. Oh, that's excellent. So I think normally a lot of us are used to having that spicier bite with the tequila. And with this one, especially with this combination, it's so smooth. It's, you almost forget that you're drinking a tequila, I guess, but in a good way. It's not, I mean, you still have those nice traditional flavors. However, it's just a really nice smoothness that's coming out. Now together, again, pulling out more of the oakiness in the tequila with the addition of the cigar. But there's still that nice flavor of spice that you get to it, just not necessarily that bite of the spice. So if that makes sense. Oh, that's just excellent, excellent. So what I'm noticing is that neither one is competing in flavors. They're kind of rolling together really nicely. Again, to bring out a really smooth experience, almost creamy. You still pick up, again, kind of like that dried fruit. There's a little bit of a raisin that's still coming through. And then again, those notes of chocolate, which are kind of like right in the middle of a dark chocolate and a milk chocolate. So not super sweet and not super bitter, but somewhere right in the middle of those. Just really nice nuances that are coming out. And again, neither one is competing for the flavor. So instead, they're just settling really nicely together. They're complementing each other's natural notes, and it just is making for a spectacular pairing. So one that I highly recommend. I'm obviously enjoying it, and I hope that you guys give it a try, and I'd love to hear the feedback. If you've had the CaliFino Extra Anejo Tequila, what were your thoughts? If you plan on getting it, trying it, have you smoked the Joya Cinco Décadas? And then again, I challenge you to try them together, and I'd love to hear the feedback from those of you watching. Always appreciate you guys tuning in, and again, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and can't wait to see you next time. Cheers.